Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're breaking down the exact operations and, honestly, the client magic you need to run a highly profitable tax business. We're going to look at the day-to-day strategies that can literally transform an ordinary tax practice into an incredibly efficient and lucrative operation, drawing directly from the essential principles of tax biz operations. So, let me ask you a question right out of the gate. Are you racing to the bottom? I really want to challenge you to consider if you're making the classic rookie mistake of competing purely on having the lowest price. A lot of new preparers think charging, $50 just to get clients in the door is the way to go. But let me tell you, that strategy, it only attracts difficult clients, causes massive burnout, and severely devalues your professional service. We are absolutely going to fix that today. Okay, let's just zip through our roadmap really quick. To go from an overwhelmed rookie to a highly paid pro, we're covering 1. Avoiding rookie mistakes. 2. Pillar 1. Profit pricing. 3. Pillar 2. Flawless intake. 4. Pillar 3. The wow factor. And finally, number 5. Claiming your worth.
All right, diving into section 1. Avoiding rookie mistakes. Specifically, avoiding bad habits. Because getting your legal foundation and your tax software set up, that's really just the starting line. Before we build a highly profitable business, we first have to unlearn some very bad habits.
There are 3 major ways amateurs just totally sabotage themselves. First up, working for free. We've literally all been there, right? You do a quote-unquote quick estimate, you do all the heavy lifting, only for the client to take your numbers and plug them straight into TurboTax. You need a commitment first. Then there's ghosting clients. If a tax return is filed and there happens to be an IRS delay, you absolutely cannot stop returning their calls. They need to know you're still in their corner. But honestly, the most dangerous mistake of all is the first one on our list, quoting blind.
Picture this. You confidently quote a flat $150 over the phone. Sounds awesome, right? Until they finally send their documents over and you discover 3 rental properties and a totally chaotic day trading account. Suddenly, you're locked into 6 hours of grueling work for literal pennies. This is exactly why you should never, ever quote a final guaranteed price before actually looking at a client's tax documents. You simply don't know the actual complexity of the return until you see the paperwork.
It's exactly like Dr. Geno Bradley lays out in the G Code. The quote goes, "As a Marine, I learned that standard operating procedures save lives. In business, they save your sanity." And it is so true. Standard operating procedures are your absolute best defense against burnout. When you have strict rules, like never quoting a price blind and never competing with that cheap preparator down the street, you protect your time, your energy, and definitely your sanity.
Moving right along to section 2, pillar 1, which is profit pricing. We need to look at how to price your services so you actually make a profit without scaring off your ideal clients.
Let's contrast 2 very different pricing models. You've got perform pricing, which is charging a specific fee for every single form generated, say $150 for the 1040, $50 for a Schedule C, and the software just tallies the whole shebang up. But relying solely on this can severely limit your income because it completely ignores your true expertise. And then you have value-based pricing. This means charging a flat fee based on the complexity of the return and the actual tangible value you're providing to the client.
Basically, value-based pricing sets your rates based on the immense value you provide, not just the hours you clock. Think about it like this. If a client comes to you with a super messy small business, it might only take you 2 hours to organize their books and maximize their deductions. But by doing that, you might save them thousands of dollars in taxes. Your fee needs to reflect that massive financial win and the incredible value you provided, not just the 2 hours you spent typing on a keyboard.
Pro tip time, and this one is an absolute game changer. If you use bank products, your preparation fees can come directly out of the client's tax refund. When clients don't have to pay your fee out of pocket upfront, they become significantly less sensitive to premium pricing. You're providing a massive convenience, which means you shouldn't be afraid to charge what you are genuinely worth. Okay, section 3, pillar 2, flawless intake. Because once your pricing is dialed in, a chaotic intake process is just going to lead to lost documents and IRS audits. A secure system is completely non-negotiable. This 4-step flawless client workflow is a seamless, entirely virtual, and incredibly secure pipeline, like the one included in the GBC Complete Tax Business System. Step 1 is onboarding. Your client downloads your custom Taxes to Go app and creates an account. Easy. Step 2, document upload. The client securely snaps photos of their ID, social security cards, and W-2s right from their phone. This keeps you perfectly compliant with IRS data security rules. Step 3 is the tax interview.
And finally, step 4, review and e-sign. You finalize the return, they sign it digitally from their device, and you transmit it to the IRS.
Now, I really want to emphasize step number 3 here. Never, ever skip the 15-minute due diligence tax interview. Once you review their uploaded documents, you absolutely must conduct a phone or Zoom interview to ask necessary due diligence questions. This ensures the return is 100% accurate before filing, and it protects your license. Never let a client bully you into skipping this just because they're in a hurry. If they won't answer your questions, fire them. I'm serious. Your professional integrity is worth way more than their fee. Next up is Section 4, Pillar 3, the wow factor. With a secure system in place, remember that clients don't just pay for tax preparation. They are paying for peace of mind, security, and convenience during what is, for most people, a wildly stressful season. I love this quote from the U.S. Small Business Administration because it hits the nail right on the head. Customer service is how we make them feel when they do business with us. True professionalism is really about the emotional experience you deliver. It's the promises you keep and how you follow through. When you make a client feel safe, heard, and respected, you turn a one-time customer into a lifelong client who will literally refer their friends and family to you for years to come. Delivering that wow factor is actually built on super small, simple touches. Be the calm in their tax season storm. Answer the phone with absolute professionalism. Send a simple, proactive text saying, "Great news, the IRS accepted your return." That alone can instantly diffuse a client's anxiety. These touches cost you absolutely nothing, but they generate endless referrals and completely justify your premium value-based pricing. Finally, Section 5, claiming your worth, putting it into action. You know how to price, you have the flawless systems, and you know how to wow them. Now it's time to claim your worth. Let's talk about $150. Now, that's just an example, but you need to establish a hard, absolute minimum base price for your services today. Maybe yours is $150, maybe it's $200, maybe it's way more. The point is, if a tax return requires your professional time and utilizes your flawless systems, it is worth your professional minimum, period. Write that absolute minimum base fee down right now and decide that you will not prepare a return for less than that amount. Knowing your worth is the very first step to actually claiming it. So I want to leave you with this final provocative thought. What is your absolute minimum base fee? And more importantly, are you finally ready to stop competing with the cheap preparer down the street? Because you have the tools, you have the systems like Taxes to Go, and you have the operating procedures to compete on value, security, and exceptional customer service instead of just price. It's time to operate at the absolute highest level of excellence. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I hope this empowers you to build the highly profitable tax business you deserve.